What is going on? My name is Ariel D Juice from the D and Juice YouTube channel. My wife pretty much, her and I ran this channel. She abandoned the channel pretty much, so I'm the only one that runs it. I try to post as much as I can. It's been about 2 months since I last posted on this channel, so I'm doing my best. Let me turn off this stove. Just got done making some pizza. But yeah, so I try to keep up with this channel as much as I can. Bear with me, but make sure you're part of. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit the bell notification and comment, like, and share all those good things. And let's finally talk. So, you read the title. This is going to be not just about Umar Johnson, but it goes a little deeper than just him, right? So let me just start off with this question first. Why doesn't Umar Johnson ever debate people, right, who pretty much go against with his beliefs? Okay? Why is it that he only debates people who he can pretty much bully around, right? He doesn't really go and try to debate someone that has a real argument or that can really debunk his claims or arguments. And that's something I've noticed for a long time. I've actually done a panel with Umar a few years ago. And at that time, I didn't know of him. I kind of knew who he was, but I didn't know him like I know him today, right? And yeah, back then I wasn't really aware of his beliefs and stuff like that, right? Now I know a lot about him today. So again, I've noticed after years later, after the panel with him and I and then other people, I've noticed he only debates people who he can pretty much bully around, right? He doesn't really go against someone like Candace Owens. Someone like her could very much debunk everything he says and pretty much embarrass him. And believe it or not, but if someone like Candace Owens were to debate Umar, by her just debunking the stuff he says, because it's going to happen. And I think Umar knows that too, which is why he would never, ever debate someone like her, right? Or anyone like her, right? So if they were to ever debate, like go head on it, right? Just go at it, Umar and Candace Owens. If that ever were to be a case where they're having a debate, do you not know that Umar would lose a lot of money if this were to ever happen? And he knows this, right? I know this. His money comes from people who pretty much donate, because they support his ideas, his beliefs, and in return, people give him donation money, right? Just like Black Lives Matter, it's the same setup. People pretty much follow Black Lives Matter. They, pretty much agree with their message, their beliefs, whatever that was, right? People believe it so much where they turn around and give them money, Black Lives Matter. And they turn around and raise millions of dollars, right? Black Lives Matter raised millions of dollars from donation money, from people who follow what they say, not follow what they say, but who pretty much believe their message or everything that they're trying to preach, right? Black Lives Matter. People give them money because they believe in the whole movement, right? If that makes any sense. This is the same thing that Umar is doing. He preaches something to people who are looking for the same information that he's preaching. Hope I'm making sense, okay? The stuff he says people are looking for online. Black power, black men should only date black women. Black men should never date so-called Caucasian women or anyone that's non-black. Black men are the cause of black women being the way they are, meaning they're single baby moms and all that stuff. He blames everything on the so-called black man, right? That's what Umar pushes. And he knows people very much are looking for this type of argument or information, right? Or videos. And it makes you become emotional, right? By you just listening to what he's saying, you become emotional in terms of you agree with what he says and you give him money. You give him money, right? And that's how Umar makes his money, from people who give him donation money because they follow his belief, his message. And it works. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Go off someone's emotion or use emotion to get people to listen to you, and they give you money. That's just how it works. That's the same formula that Black Lives Matter used with a lot of people who very much who believed in that whole movement, right? They gave him millions of dollars, millions. Umar is no different. But my point is this. Umar makes money from this stuff. He makes money just like Black Lives Matter. Preach, preach, preach. Black power, or slavery talk, oppression. No, people don't like me because of my skin color. It's dark. That's what he preaches. He does. Black power, all that stuff, right? Cool. And people give him money when he talks like this. He knows this, right? But if Candace Owens, if someone like her were to ever debate Umar, she would destroy this man's whole system, the whole slavery talk, the whole oppression things. Black men should never date so-called Caucasian. She would ruin this man's image online. And by her doing this will ruin or affect his money flow for the worse. People will stop giving Umar money if he was to ever debate Candace Owens. She would mop this guy with the floor. She would use him as a mop and just mop the floor with this dude. If that makes sense, right? That's how much she's able to just really debate this guy and ruin and just debunk his claims, his argument easily, right? And Umar knows this. This is why he would never debate someone like Candace Owens or anyone like her, right? Even someone like Anton Daniels, same thing. They would destroy this man's argument. Umar knows this. I think Umar even backed down on Anton Daniels. I believe Anton actually contacted Umar, right, on social media, asking Umar, does he want to come in and have a talk, just debate, just go back and forth. Umar actually, according to Anton, Umar accepted the idea of having a talk on camera with Anton Daniels, right? Umar agreed to come on and talk and whatever. And I'm not sure if it was like maybe a couple of days or a couple of hours later, but Umar decided to decline the offer and not debate Anton Daniels. His people or him knew Anton would destroy his claim. They know this. It's a money thing. Umar doesn't care about black power. He doesn't care about black people like that. He doesn't. He wants your money. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand this. They think he's really here for them. He's just another Black Lives Matter. He's going to get money out of you by preaching what he's preaching. It sounds emotional. He talks fast. He sounds confident. He speaks loudly. It's all a recipe for give me money. By me doing all this acting, basically, yeah, to me, I think he's acting. Just like Black Lives Matter, same thing. By him behaving this way, people give him money. They give this guy money, right? And again, if he were to ever debate people like Anton Daniels or Candace Owens, his people or Umar knows there goes his business. He is no longer going to be known as the Prince of, I don't know, I think black people or black power, something like that. I'm sorry. God, what was it called? Something, I forgot, man. He's really into like the whole African thing, the dashikis and right. I think it's I'm not sure exactly what he goes by. It's something African, right? But that's what Umar preaches. And I'm telling you, it's a business. It's all an act. I know it. People like me know it. Hearing this guy speak the way he does, we already know it's all an act. It's just his acting gets people to give him money every time. Hit the Cash App. Give me money because I'm saying this. Where is the money? How much money has he raised so far? That's always been my question. How much money has he raised so far? Does anybody know? Right? Does anyone have any idea how much money he's raised last year, the year before that, and so on? Right? He doesn't report the money, the donation money, to the IRS. He doesn't really announce or record where's the money being spent exactly. You don't know. Maybe you gave him money. Seriously, how do you know if the money's going somewhere positive and not to his pocket spending money on something else? How do you know that? He doesn't tell you nothing. You don't have any real piece of documentation where he's recording every single dollar and where's it being spent. You don't know because you're being finessed. The money goes in his pocket. You know, if you can't tell me where the money goes, it's in your pocket. It's just that simple, right? And people don't understand this. They just don't. But anyway, it's just all an act. And I do want to say this also. The fact that he's making so much money from people, right? I thought he was building a school. Wasn't the money was supposed to be used for a school to open up? Where is this? The school's not open yet. I mean, how much money do you need to raise a school? I'm not to raise a school, but to open up a school. How much money do you need? How many years has it been since the school has not been fully open yet? How many? Does anybody have any idea? The money goes in his pocket. Listen, if he's so pro-black, right? Why does Umar constantly sleep in so-called white-owned hotels? Why does he take flights owned by Caucasian, right? The airlines he's flying in are owned by Caucasians, right? The food he eats, the water he drinks, the air he breathes are all owned by Caucasians. Umar supports Caucasians more than me. I'm sure he does. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I am 100% all aboard using Caucasian-owned service and products. I'm fully aboard with that. Just like I have no problem using so-called black-owned businesses that produces services and products. I have no problem with this. Same thing for Hispanics, Asians. I don't care. If it's good product or service, I'm going to use it, regardless of what you are, your nationality, your ethnicity, skin color, tradition, culture. I don't care. If the product or service is good, I'm going to use it because it's good service or product. That's it, right? Again, Umar uses your money to go purchase Caucasian products and services, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? I don't see a problem with that. But because he's so pro-black, why is this happening? That's not pro-black. Buying products and services from Caucasians, owned by Caucasians, is not pro-black. It's just not. He's not even married to a black woman, right? Umar's not even married to a so-called black person. He's not. He has baby mamas, right? I mean, this is your king. This is your leader. This is him. A dude who has no problem purchasing services and products by Caucasians or owned by Caucasians. Again, I don't see a problem with this, but because he's pro-black, that's a problem. You're not supposed to be doing it. I can buy whatever I want. I'm not pro-black. I can marry or date whatever woman I want because I'm not pro-black. I think it's dumb. I do. But anyway, that's my opinion. But the point is, Umar can't do it because he's pro-black. If that's the case, your money is being given to a guy that's spending money. And basically his money, your donation money is being circulated in Caucasian neighborhoods. That's just fact. Because look again, the man has no problem sleeping in, Caucasian-owned hotels, going on YouTube, which is a Caucasian-owned platform. Yeah, YouTube is owned by Caucasians. Umar has no problem being here on YouTube. So Umar supports Caucasians wholeheartedly. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what he does, just like me. He's doing the same thing that I'm doing. But again, this is your leader. This is the guy that you follow. A man who has no problem supporting so-called Caucasians with your tax dollars, with your donation money. This is your leader. But anyway, like I said, Umar would never, ever debate someone like Candace Owens because he knows his business will be ruined. It'll just be ruined. His money flow will be affected for the worst if they were to ever go at it because he knows this woman would ruin his ass. Fact. Anyway, let me get up out of here. Much love to you again. I'll be posting more of these type of videos on this channel. It's been a while, but forgive me. I'm still here. My wife is not. I'm out of here. Let me go kill this pizza. Enjoy the rest of my night. Peace out.